Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hannah's dancing to the music. Were you asking how long that song is?
It's 25-second intro.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to figure out how long it was.
So how's everybody doing? I am Laurie.
I am Hannah.
And we are Journey with the Gingers.
Are you trying to sync this up?
Yeah. We're not coordinated at all.
We're on two different frequencies, AM and FM.
Had a busy day. I mean, we had our premiere of one of our Universal vlogs at 5:30 p.m. today. Mm-hmm. And then just saw that we hit 45,000 views on YouTube, which is fun. Almost to 50,000. That'll be a celebration. And anything else new for you, Hannah?
Do you know something I don't know?
I don't.
Okay, then I don't.
No. Have you done a countdown for how many days you get to go until you get to go back to Universal Studios?
Yes, I do, actually.
You have?
Yes, I do.
Hannah and her father are going to Universal Studios in June. I'm going to stay home with the dogs. I don't do amusement parks in Florida in the summer.
You know, the thing is that, when we went, a couple weeks ago,
mm-hmm.
we were very bougie.
Oh, we were.
You're asking that's a question.
We did stay at a very nice hotel on property, and we did have the express pass, which spoiled us a little bit.
She was like, "Oh, we did."
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So Dad and I are trying to do it a little more frugal. So we're staying off-site.
Because y'all don't have Miss Bougie with you.
Correct. And we're driving, not flying.
Y'all are.
Yep. But that is 79 days.
Yeah, 79 days until you go back to Universal.
Mm-hmm.
And how many days are y'all staying?
At the same amount that we stayed.
4. Is that what we stayed?
Yeah, 4 nights, I think.
But if you haven't caught up with our Universal
oh, I'm so sorry.
vlogs.
By the way. It was supposed to come out this past weekend. Hannah had a constant migraine for 9 days and slept probably 80% of her life away during that time.
Yeah, but you woke up finally and you felt better.
Yeah,
and you had your vaccine
after the Coco Roro vaccine.
She had the one and done vaccine last Saturday.
Dang, my arm still hurts. So,
in South Carolina, if you're 16 or older now, you can get the vaccine, which is nice, very nice. And I get my final one next Monday.
Woo!
And then we'll all I'm the last one in the family. So it's exciting.
Last one to eat, last one to get. Last one to get. You're always last. Last one to be born in your family. Always last.
Are you done yet?
I'm ready for you.
Okay. So first we're going to talk about our upcoming guests, and then we're going to introduce our guests for tonight. Mm-hmm. So of course, tonight we have Derick and Greggory from D&G Explorers. Mm-hmm. And then next week, April 15th, we have Bill and Lucy from MGM Family Travel. And April 22nd, we're going to have the 6 Traveling Shorts. Finally, because we had to skip a show because Hannah was not well, and they are so wonderful, and they're coming back. So we'll have Shauna, Jonathan, and I think Caitlin, too, their daughter.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because you love to talk to Caitlin about some Harry Potter, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then on April 29th, we're going to try something different just to see. We're going to do the channel interviews throughout the month, but the last Thursday of each month, we're going to try something different, and we're going to channel shout outs where we're going to ask people to come on through StreamYard. We're going to get the link out and ask y'all to join us on the screen and do a quick shout out about your channel so that we have such a diverse group of people that are in our chats and that have different kind of channels, and so we kind of want to just do a shout out night. So we're going to try that out, and if it's successful, we'll do that once a month. So we're going to try that out, and we'll post on our social media how we can go about doing that and sharing your links and all that stuff. So if you don't follow us on Instagram or Facebook, please do, because we are going to give you some information about how we're going to do that. Okay, and we have moderators. We got some moderators in our chat. So we're going to go ahead and recognize all of our moderators. Our moderators are Anthony Simone, J&N Travels, Rayleigh Creative Travel, MGM Family Travel, Adventures of David and Aaron, who now live in Tennessee. I'm so excited for them. to come join us in the South. And Fisher Fun Ventures, No Maps Needed Travel, and Lovey's Fat Life, who is in Universal now. So next we're going to introduce our wonderful guest.
Oh, we need to give a disclaimer about something.
Okay, go ahead.
We have a chihuahua that's literally about 5 feet away from the camera and the microphone, so she gets easily excited, so we apologize in advance if she barks.
Yeah, her daddy is at work right now, and so he usually babysits her while we do the lives, and she's kind of needy, so she's right beside me in a chair. But she's sleeping right now, so hopefully she stays that way.
Hopefully the FedEx truck doesn't come.
Yeah.
She knows the sound of the doors opening.
Right. But we are so excited about these two guests that we have tonight. We have been following them probably since we've been doing YouTube. They have awesome vlogs. I actually almost met them. I was getting on the Norwegian Escape in New York City in fall of 2019. Yeah.
You acted like you could have traveled in 2020 in the fall.
No, I didn't. And they were getting off, but we never crossed paths because I'm sure they got off a lot earlier than we got on. But they're just two great guys, and we just love having them and love watching their journey. So let's go ahead and welcome Derick and Greggory from D&G Explorers.
Someone's having a giggle. Yeah. I wanted to bring them in during the mid-giggle.
We are so happy to be here. Oh, my gosh.
You might have to share what your giggle's about.
Well, we're giggling because you said Greg was wonderful.
Whatever. Yeah, and I thought you were the one panting in the microphone, but it was their dog. So there you go.
Y'all are both wonderful.
Thank you for having us on your show tonight, you guys.
Oh, we're so excited. Y'all are just such a joy to watch and talk with. So we are just so excited. And y'all did a great live last night because they were talking about what you doing? They were talking about Disneyland reopening.
Why are you distracted by me? I'm doing what I always do.
I didn't know what you were doing.
Keep talking.
They were talking about, I'm looking at you to tell you they were talking about Disneyland.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I haven't had any caffeine. I'm drinking water. Bob and Holly.
Dilly.
I didn't know until watching your show that Disneyland's reopening, but only to California residents.
Bless you. Yes.
Thank you.
Only to California.
So, so how fast are y'all going to get there?
Well, it takes us 4 hours to get there, depending on how fast I usually drive. So I usually keep it under 100, but yeah, we don't know how hard it's going to be to actually get in there. I think the crowds are going to be pretty crazy.
Well, only 15% capacity, but what does 15% capacity mean, and what does it look like? I think
15% of whatever the capacity is.
Thanks.
We don't know the capacity.
But I think the hardest part is going to try to get those tickets, not tickets, but the reservations for opening day. That's where it's going to be tough.
Well, I can tell you that the capacity for our Magic Kingdom in Disney World is 80,000. So it's probably somewhere along that line, maybe a little less.
I'd say less, just because it's a smaller park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How is that?
It's probably going to be 70, maybe 65,000 is their capacity.
Yeah. It's more Little Explorer size.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if you can only get a reservation for one of you, which one gets to go?
Me.
Oh, it wouldn't work that way. I'm sorry.
It's all about, as you know, it's all about Derick.
No, it's not.
So we're going to go ahead and recognize who's in the chat tonight with us. So let's go ahead and take a look. Of course, we have No Maps Needed Travel, which are Maddie and Scott. Hey, guys. And BDF. Hello, BDF. So glad to have you. And we have Nick Tours, and Nick was actually with us on the premiere that we had at 5:30. So thank you, Nick, for watching that, and thank you for joining us tonight. And hey, Billy Spark, so glad to see you. And Just Dave. Hi, Dave. Glad to have you here. And Cruising for Food, Wanda, who is probably one of y'all's dearest friends, I'm sure.
I've never heard of her.
You never heard of her?
I have no idea who she is.
And we had we had Wanda with us last week. We
Yeah.
talked about her trip to Disney. So, and we have Innocents Abroad. Hello, Innocents Abroad. So glad to have y'all. And they've been on our show before too.
Yep, I'm scrolling. I'm just scrolling.
Hannah likes to sing while she scrolls.
Well, that's what I do. Oh, look who it is. Dilly Dilly.
Oh, there's D&G Explorers.
Saying hi to yourself.
Say hello to yourself.
Hello
Hi,
to your best
welcome.
friend.
It's good to see you. Hi. Here you go.
Hello, Travel Adventures with Eric B. And Graham Patterson Travel from Scotland.
I am trying. It's hard for me to read sometimes. There we go.
Hey, Holly. Holly Ayers is a great supporter of all of our channels. How are you doing, Holly? I hope you're doing well. And Travel Mobile. Hello, Travel Mobile. And he and his wife were on our last cruise that we took before all this craziness began.
Oh, wow.
Woo.
And Travel Mobile has a kind of fairly new channel. And I see you've been trying to go live, so excited about that.
Woo.
Woo! Life is good today. And Foreman, aka Kenneth Oakes. Hello, how are you? And Forever Best Friend, our other favorite gingers. And Thin Blue Lane RV Life. How are you? And Forever Best Friends on at 8 tonight, and Thin Blue Lane is on at 9 tonight. So we have a busy night tonight. And hello, Margie Butcher.
I'm going.
You're going.
I'm going.
Hannah's scrolling away.
I think I did it. I think I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay. And Hannah will introduce anybody that joins us later, because we do every once in a while have other people start jumping in, and we appreciate all y'all for being here. So we're gonna jump into talking. Did Gregory say something?
What?
Sorry, I just said hi, Reagan Brown.
And Paul Vines.
I skipped somebody.
You skipped somebody?
Oh, that's me. There she is. It didn't load. There it is.
Hey, Reagan.
And then there's Paul.
And hey, Paul Vines, how are you?
Sorry about that. It just showed up on mine.
Yeah, it shows up sometimes a little bit late. But we're going to jump in and start talking to Derick and Greggory. If you have any questions for them, sometimes that can be quite fun to see what other people ask people. But if you have any questions for them, just put question in the chat and put the question, and Hannah will interrupt me or stop me or pause me in a kind way. Derick is already nervous.
Don't ask Derick any math questions.
Really?
Really?
I'm
Don't go there, Greg.
You said same as Hannah. I'd like to let you know I had higher grades than you in mathematics.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Yes.
I exempted all my math in college.
So did I. The one math class I took, I exempted
Who
the
do you get your
exam.
brains from?
Who still knows their times table?
Me. I know my times
Me.
tables.
Thank you.
This is how we are. So enjoy it.
I'm acting like I'm dumb.
You're not dumb. But if you're a creator, please put #creator in the chat, and Hannah will highlight you on the screen. And if it's somebody you've never seen their channel before or seen their name before, write it down and definitely visit their channel. Also, moderators, if you haven't already, if they put a link to the link to Derick and Greggory's channel is in our description of this video. If y'all could copy and paste that into the chat, we appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for doing that.
Of course. Everybody probably knows who you are, but if there's anybody that doesn't know who they are, please check out their channel. They're awesome.
We're just a little channel. We're insignificant.
You're very important. Y'all are super. Last time I checked, y'all were super close to 2,000 subscribers, right?
Getting close. I think we're about 47 subscribers away from 2,000. So we're super close. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Oh, no,
what was the question?
There was no question. Wow, you're just ripping the rear and ready to go, aren't you?
I just love reading this. Like, oh, no, you didn't.
You challenged Derick's math skills.
We'll be polite and we won't mention Greg's math skills.
What? There's nothing wrong with my math skills. And how's that being polite when you just mentioned it anyway? So
So, for those who may not know, tell everyone where you all are from.
We are from a huge metropolis It's
Well, we think he's from planet Earth, but we're still not sure about that yet. So sometimes I think he's part alien or something else. I'm just playing.
we are. You've probably heard of Fresno, California.
Mm-hmm.
We are just a little bit north of that, about 13 miles, in a small little town called Madera. A lot of people call it Madeira, but it's Madera, California.
Not Moderna.
No,
It's
it's
Madera.
Madera, California. So we are Central California, and in the valley, which is known for agriculture.
Nice. Were y'all always from California? Like, were you born in California?
No, we weren't. I was born in upstate New York.
Okay.
I was. My mom's British. I was. My dad was in the Air Force. He met my mom in England. I was born in England.
Oh, nice.
I lived there for about 10 years. I had an English accent, believe it or not. But then I went to an American Air Force base over there, and I lost my accent. So when I came over here in the 5th grade, I had this accent. I didn't have my British accent anymore. And we moved to Fresno.
But you say certain words, and I can hear it come out sometimes.
I have problems saying world.
It's very,
I always say,
Wow.
I usually
it's very
say
cute sounding.
world is what I usually
Yep.
say. So I've been here in the Central Valley pretty much ever since then.
Cool.
Our dog is snoring.
our dachshund is snoring.
Uh-huh.
Y'all hear it?
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Good.
Good.
We got a question.
You got a question? Wanda says, "Who is your favorite food blogger?"
We don't play favorites on this channel. No.
I think that might be Wanda for Cruising for Food.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a biased question.
And then to follow that up, here you go. Erica is 100%.
It's my
Okay.
ears. It's my child ears. If you see the child behind me,
Except his are a little longer, but yeah, about the same.
So your channel, of course, is called D&G Explorers. We know that why you're called D&G, but who came up with the name, or how did y'all come up with the name?
that's actually very interesting because if you look on our page, our email is the Disney Explorers. So that was originally going to be our channel name. So I looked it up on our YouTube. It wasn't taken. So I created an account under the Gmail. But then I went to Facebook, and that was already
It
taken.
was taken.
Oh.
So
We just used our initials.
we thought, okay, what would be good? So yeah, Derick, Greggory, so D&G. And it's worked out better because a channel always kind of evolves as it goes along.
Mhm.
We were going to be looking at doing like parks, theme parks, not so much always Disney,
Right.
but we really got into cruising as well as doing, make sure I say it right. Not
all inclusive.
Thank you. Yes,
Oh,
I was
wow.
struggling there on that. All-inclusive resort. So being called Explorers is perfect for us because we're not just one genre. We are a traveling channel.
Right.
And it's not all about Derick, Bob. See, it's D&G Explorers. D and G. You saved the best for last. So there you go. D and G. So there you go. I'm joking.
Oh, hello, B&D Crafts and more. So glad to have y'all.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Are you finished with me now?
Yeah, your job's done.
So when did you start your channel, and what made you decide to start vlogging?
It was what, 2-3 years ago now?
No, it's
Or
going to
2
be
years?
almost 4 years.
Oh wow.
We
Okay.
started in
Time just went by.
2017, correct? 2017.
Yeah, it was shortly after our first cruise in 2016.
Yes.
So yeah, about
And
that.
people had always been saying to us they lived vicariously through Facebook, like us posting pictures of it.
Yeah.
And
Especially my family members, they tell me, we live vicariously through you. When are you going to post pictures? And are you going here? Oh, post pictures. We want to see what's going on. So now they have videos.
yeah, so we were a little nervous because when you put yourself on the internet, you're like putting yourself out there for everyone. We weren't sure how it would be, and we were very shy too. We've come out
How
a
was
lot
that? Shy?
we've come out of our shells, but I think just, getting used to doing certain stuff. But we were very shy at the beginning. So putting us out there was a little bit nervous for us. But it was a great way. We wanted to have stuff to remember what our trips were. So we still look back at our first ones when we went to Disneyland Paris, and we kind of cringe at how we filmed it because we were still learning. But it brings back so many memories, and that's really what we wanted to do. So that's why we wanted to do it.
Bob and Holly are asking a loaded question. I just saw that. I'm going to have to think about that one.
Hello, positive vibes adventures. I was going to get tongue-tied on that one. And J&N Travels, how are y'all?
I'm looking for it.
There's the question.
Oh, I already got my answer.
You get one sailing, cruise line, and Henrietta.
ITIN.
ITN. Which do each of you choose and why?
Well, itinerary could be anything, so I don't know if you want to narrow that down or just like an aisle, like a destination or something like that, like one of the stops. Maybe that's what he meant.
Yeah.
For me, I would say Disney Cruise Line, any of the Disney ships, but we do seem to like the bigger ships. And we've been on both of the bigger ships. And then itinerary, everybody can't wait to get to Castaway Cay, but unfortunately it's the last stop of the trip. So you don't want to get to it too soon, but you can't wait to get to it. So I would say Castaway Cay, just because there's so much to do there, and it's their own private island. There's nothing like it.
I'm going to do something different from him. I was going to say the same thing on the Disney Fantasy on a Western Caribbean cruise, which goes through Cozumel and ends up in Castaway Cay. But I'll switch it up. I would say on the Norwegian Bliss and going up through Alaska. So we have not done Alaska yet, but they have a observation lounge, which is an amazing view if you're on a ship. And I just can't wait for the day that we're able to experience that. So I would say an Alaskan cruise.
Huge panorama view.
NCO Bliss.
Yeah. Our very first cruise we ever took was when Hannah was 7 on the Disney Wonder.
That's the only cruise I vomited on too.
It's the only cruise she got seasick on.
Which is like, okay, so don't get me wrong. I love Disney. This is one of their first cruise ships in one of the early sailings. And we had 3 grown women and a child in one room.
But it was a nice, big room.
I understand, but when you wake up seasick and you are on that bunk that's connected to the wall and you are trying not to step on the full-size bed right below you and you're like, excuse me, I have to get up. That was awful.
We were in the dining room that had the animation that changes.
The palette.
Animator's palette.
Yeah. And I think that's when she started not feeling well. And I think it was because there was no windows in there on that ship.
Oh no. I was fine in that one. It was King Triton's dining room. I remember because I remember going in there and I saw the seashells and I was like, I don't like all the colors in here. I don't know why the colors made me sick.
But we loved Castaway Cay. It was really nice.
Got sunburned.
We always get sunburned. We're redheads.
We too white for the sun.
But we definitely suggest you do Alaska when all that opens up because that's probably one of my favorite itineraries.
We actually had it booked on the NCL Encore for this July for Greg's special birthday, which we won't say.
And it got canceled. It got canceled because of the Rona.
So we are looking at rescheduling, I think is when we're going.
My husband and I were booked on the NCL Encore for June because it was the Lolita Loca group cruise. And it's been rescheduled for August 2022. Yeah.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know these answers. I wasn't on that cruise. I was not a part of that plan because my boyfriend thinks for some reason that he is going to die of frostbite in Alaska in June. I don't know why.
Gosh.
He thinks really there's like icicles growing off your nose in Alaska for some
Unless
reason.
he's locked in like a freezer or something, I think he's okay.
Like he thinks that 60 degrees outside is cold.
Yeah, he gets cold so easily.
And like I'm the opposite. I'm always hot, and I'm like, no, you are going to freeze with this AC.
So since we have several vloggers in the chat, we always ask our guests that are vloggers this question: what are you using to film your vlogs?
We go high tech.
Oh, and I just want to say to Wanda, yes, I'm turning 30, right? 30. That goes perfect with that 30. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
So one of the things we wanted to
This
do,
is what we use.
yeah,
We use our phone.
I would tell you, well, there's two reasons. One, when we go on vacation, we want to go on vacation. We don't want to bring extra stuff with us and, have like a camera bag and all that.
We'd be
I
paying
would
for
tell
extra
you,
weight.
yeah, this is the iPhone Max 12. The camera
It's
is amazing on this. So we use a tripod or a little. This isn't a gimbal. We do have a gimbal.
Everybody thinks that's a selfie stick when we bring it into the parks,
Yeah.
and we have to tell them it does not extend. It's not a selfie stick.
Yeah, and then we film with this. And I will tell you another reason. If I was to take a camera with me, I will lose it. I am notorious about leaving something behind because we've done that on a few trips
We
where I
do
left
have
bags.
a digital camera. We just don't use it.
Yeah,
really.
So we believe in doing something simple, and we feel we get good enough results with it. So simple and easy.
And you can always use different services that you can download to do like editing and make things look cooler than what's on your phone. So
We always say when you make a vlog, it's about the story you tell and how you tell that story.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
We're not the losing people. We don't lose the cameras. We destroy the cameras. So
well, we treat our phones like babies. I mean, we put them in cases and everything.
Spiker's Crazy Adventures. Cindy was saying that she's quoting an Alaska cruise for someone now. So exciting. So that's interesting. I wonder what year that's going to be for.
And hello, Spikers, Crazy Adventures.
But you remember when we went to the sea turtle sanctuary
in Cancun? I mean, not in Cozumel. Yeah. Not Cozumel. No, Grand Caymans. That's where it was.
All I know is that it was right next to Hell.
Yeah, Hell in Grand Cayman.
So there's a town in Mexico called Hell.
In Grand Cayman.
So they have all this merchandise that says "I've been to Hell and back."
Yeah, it smells like something's burning. Yeah,
sulfur.
No, thank you.
Greg, Greg didn't want to go to hell.
But there was these little, like, I guess
it was a hatcheries for sea turtles. Yeah.
And Mom went to lean over, and I was like, "Mom!" And then all of a sudden, the camera went into the turtles.
That was before.
Thankfully, no turtles were hurt, but the camera was dead.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
That was back before we were vlogging. It was just a digital take pictures kind of camera.
I'm just thankful the turtles were okay.
Yeah.
And then my father flipped the canoe on the second camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father got a little too playful at camp and flipped his canoe and fell in the lake with
my
second camera.
My camera. So I wasn't even there.
The family
it wasn't waterproof, I guess, right?
We are planning on getting the GoPro, but every time I'm ready to buy it, a new one comes out, and then something happens, and then it keeps going on.
Yeah, I knew that Derick, you and I were so much alike when you first vlogged about your notebook or your binders for traveling. Because I have a binder too.
Yep.
And I had to show it to Hannah your video one day. I was like, Hannah, he does it too, because she gets so frustrated with me and keeping everything in my binder. But when I took Mom on the NCL Escape, she had like a lot of letters from the cruise line to get her handicap access and things like that. And it was just so nice to I just couldn't imagine not having it there. And my mom sometimes will wake up and she'll say, what are we doing today, when we're on the trip. And so I just took an itinerary, created it, and put it up on the wall for her, and had it in the binder and put it up on the wall. And I said, I don't know how anybody who, especially traveling with my mom or traveling with someone that has special needs, that can't not have a binder, but it sure is nice to have that organization. But she always looks.
I'm notorious once the cruise is over and I'm planning 2-3 other cruises.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to forget what you did on a cruise. So you can go in there and say, oh yeah, I went there on that night. I did that on that night. And it's just an easy reference to if you need to look at something for another cruise.
I used to tease him about it, but I actually think it's a good idea. I've actually never seen anybody else do it before I saw him do it. And it also actually makes a good personal souvenir. You're making it yourself, because we don't take everything out after we keep it, and we just get another binder and make a new one. So
and with NCL, it's so much different than being on Carnival, because Carnival you rarely have to worry much about reservations, but NCL you had to make reservations for shows and all that, and I had it all in there, and we knew what we had, so it was nice.
Yeah, it's better to be organized. Don't be those people going through their backpack. Where did I put this? Oh my gosh, there's a line behind us. And, you got out your stuff, get in and be done.
We got Magnificent Germany with Darian, and we got the Down Under Cruisers. Good day. And it's probably about, is it still I don't know what daylight savings.
11.
Is it still 11:30 there the next day?
What time is it in Melbourne, Australia?
Oh,
and
wow.
thank you, Wanda. So
9:31 a.m.
9:31 a.m. now. So it used to be 11. That's interesting.
So they're in the future.
They're in Tomorrowland. So you recently traveled to Walt Disney World and Las Vegas in one trip, which that was impressive. And just give us a brief summary of that trip and how it all came about with your planning.
Well, it originally was supposed to be our first Carnival cruise.
Yeah,
we were supposed to be on the Panorama, and as
that
we
got
know,
switched.
There is no cruising. So then we had a plan B. We were going to go back to the Rio Palace Peninsula, and about a month before we went, they came out with an announcement that we would have to do all these different things in order to come back.
So that didn't work out either. Too many restrictions for us.
So we had airfare and we had the time, and we
plan
said,
C.
Yep. So we decided to go to Disney World and then also the adult Disneyland. So we thought that would be a fun way to combine both those trips together. So we had a good time.
And we've actually never done Walt Disney World and Vegas in the same trip. So that was a good combination.
That was fun.
So,
And didn't someone get surprised? Was first class flying over to Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, there were a couple surprises that were really cool, because I did not realize that we were going first class. And when he told me, I was floored. I was just like, oh my God, are you serious? First I thought, oh my gosh, you're spending all this money on me and on us. And I just thought, wow. I mean, that was very nice of him, but I didn't expect that at all.
And he had twisted his ankle. And as you know, after walking through the parks, you put a lot of
that was very
wear
nice
on
that he
it.
thought of that.
And then if you're in the back, you're in smaller seats. So I just thought, let's just go first class. It wasn't incredibly expensive, but it was more.
By the time we were done with Walt Disney World, I was in a lot of pain after a while with blisters and stuff.
And as the video shows, Greg, I think, was trying to drink the amount to make up for the cost of the ticket.
I made up for lost time, and when you paid for that, I took advantage of it. I had me some vodka and Coke, not rum and Coke. I asked for a vodka, the good stuff. And then in Vegas, we met Innocents Abroad. We met Bob and Holly. Floored from booze you drank. We met Bob and Holly, and all I hear is, I'm trying to walk away, and I hear is, hi Greg. I'm like, how does he know my name? And then I looked again. I was like, oh my gosh, because they had this huge sombrero on, and I did not know it was them at first. And I was kind of like a little tipsy at that point too. But it was fun.
And you look quite happy on the plane. Pictures and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm just a fun person when I drink. I don't like
Only
get-
when he drinks.
No,
Aw.
I mean, I'm not the kind of person that when they drink, like they, hurt people or something like that. I don't do that. I'm just a fun flowing person, even drinking. So
I'm like the mom. I turn into the mom. I'm like, you need to start drinking water.
She's the mama.
You need to stop drinking. Period. Yeah,
She's
you
the
just
responsible
need
one.
to stop. Like I become more responsible with drinking. It's like, okay, in 10 minutes you better get sobered up. We're going in the Uber. We're going home.
I mean, I still know what's going on around me, and I never get that bad. So
I was the responsible one at a bachelorette party that of 14 people.
Oh, you got some people to say hello
Excuse me.
to?
I
I sometimes want to do her job over there.
do you see my mouse? It was right there.
Okay.
It's right there. She's like, you didn't tell me that because you were talking.
Hello, Jeffrey. And Jeffrey also joined us on our premiere tonight too, which was very nice.
We actually have 4 people.
And we have Thrifty Angela, and Thrifty Angela actually reached 5,000 subscribers this week.
Oh, congratulations.
wow.
Yeah,
Hey, Chad
congratulations.
Cruisers.
Hello, Chad Cruisers.
Doo-doo.
And we have JP Travels Adventures. Hello,
Hey, Janice.
hello.
Hi, Janice.
And-
Thrifty Angela.
And Cruise Day Fun. Hello, Cruise Day Fun.
Yep.
And they started going live too on their channels. That's fun.
Love drinking stories.
Yeah.
Drinking stories.
Love the drinking stories. Hold on. Woohoo.
I think one of the highlights on that trip, besides hanging out with Bob and Holly, is for the first time we went to Emerald's restaurant at the MGM Grand, and that was really good. It was a really good meal.
Yeah.
We went to, my husband and I, our last cruise was right before everything went crazy, but we went to New Orleans and for a few days before, and we ate at, is it Nola, I think was the name of it, which is his restaurant in New Orleans. It was really good. All right, so since we're talking Disneyland, and she's not letting me stop. Hold on.
Hachita.
I'm sorry. Question: what's your favorite attraction at Disney World and Disneyland?
Oh boy. Excuse me.
It's tough for Disney World because there's 4 theme parks there, and you.
Can you narrow it to one part?
So one of the rides, well, I'll for Disney World, I have to ride 2 attractions. One is Carousel of Progress,
Yep. We both
because
like
I
that.
linked
It's a
that
classic.
to Walt Disney, and then Spaceship Earth at Epcot,
Mhm.
and also the land. I love to go on the land. So those are probably the 3 must-haves I do in Walt Disney World. For you?
Well, those are all ones that we both enjoy. But for me, like a favorite one that I would have to do at Disneyland and Disney World or Magic Kingdom, I guess I will stick with that, would be Space Mountain. But our Space Mountain, I think, is a lot better than Walt Disney World Space Mountain. And it never fails. Every time we get off of that ride in Walt Disney World, I could hear someone say, Disneyland's is so much better than Walt Disney World's, because there's like actual music and sound, and this one just, I mean, I like the wow noise when you're going in the Florida one, but there's no like thrilling, exciting music, but they're still unique in their own way. So
For Disneyland, I would say Space Mountain too.
The best Space Mountain is in Disneyland Paris, though.
Yes,
'Cause that has inversions.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Thunder Mountain.
I got sick on it.
You
We
got
think Thunder
sick on it?
Mountain's the best one.
Oh, but the Thunder Mountain is great because you actually go underneath the water and
Yes.
you end up on the island.
Yeah.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. I love that.
Yeah, she's been to Disneyland Paris. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt
yeah.
bad. Derick wasn't playing well after that. It's kind of like their Space Mountain is basically Rock and Roller Coaster with the Space Mountain name slapped on it in a way. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think didn't we like Pirates better in Disneyland than we did in Disney World?
Most people do.
Yeah, I think that's another one we like better.
But the big thing that I like about Disneyland is the 2 of 3 times we went there, it was during holiday times, and the Haunted Mansion became the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
And
Yep.
that is my love.
She
both
loves Nightmare Before
both
Christmas.
the Haunted
So do
Mansion
I.
and Nightmare Before Christmas. Like
Yeah.
when you put those two together, that's magical to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you go ahead with
Jay-
your question.
JP Travel Adventures was asking which one we like best, Disneyland or Disney World. I think we both are unanimous on that answer.
Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland. That's our home away from home. That's our original
So
place.
there's only 2 parks in Disneyland, but Walt Disney built Disneyland. So it has his thumbprint on it.
Yeah.
So it can't compete. I mean, nothing else can compete with it, even with 4 theme parks and the world of stuff you can do in Disney World. Disneyland is our favorite park, or resort, I should say.
We've been fortunate. We've been to Disneyland 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. We've been to Disney World a lot, but Disneyland 3 times. And we were supposed to go in August of 2020 because Hannah's best friend graduated college, and that was going to be our treat. She's like my second child, and that was going to be our treat, but we didn't do that yet. So we're ready to go back. But we love Disneyland. I love the weather in Disneyland. I feel like it's not as crowded. When we've gone, it wasn't as crowded. Hello, Disney nerd herders. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. I missed. There we go.
And Lucy. Hey, Lucy. Lucy and her husband will be with us next week.
Yep. Okay. But
Did you have a question?
it was the question about which Disney they like better.
Oh, okay.
But you like Disneyland better than Disney World.
I do. All times I've been, I always said, I don't know if it's because I think it's the weather too.
I think you also like the fact that you can walk out of California Adventure and look right across Disneyland.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I want to go over there.
Yeah.
Like,
and I like California Adventure.
Yeah.
That's like Disneyland Paris. They're side
exactly.
by side. Ours is across from each other.
Yeah.
And the roller coaster at California Adventure is like my favorite.
It is not the Incredicoaster.
The Incredicoaster.
It is Incredibles themed.
Oh, okay.
Because it's now Pixar Pier.
Okay.
So all the things on the pier is now Pixar themed.
I don't know how they managed to do it, but it was California Screamin' before, and I thought it was a very good ride. And then when they were going to the Incredicoaster, I was kind of like, oh, really?
Oh, no.
I would tell you, somehow they managed to like knock it up even more. So it's an awesome roller coaster.
I love that roller coaster.
Definitely one of the best ones.
It's about you trying to like chase baby Jack, and you get to see all his different forms and all the family members trying to get him.
But what's our favorite ride at California Adventure?
I have no idea.
The one with the cars.
Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I told you what my favorite is.
I love the whole theming of the Cars Land.
That one's way better than Test Track. Theming, everything. I think it's even faster than Test Track.
It's so fun.
Here's the thing, like my dad doesn't have a lot of love for Disney, but he has a love for the Cars franchise.
He loves Cars.
Mater is his spirit animal. And when I tell you, you know how they used to like bring out Lightning McQueen and Mater for meet and greets? When I tell you this grown 40-something-year-old man started booking it down Cars Land when Mater came through, and I'm like, Dad, you can't go up there. There are children. You're going to cut the children. Stop. And he was like, oh, there's a line.
He's like, get out of my way. It's my turn.
But he booked it down there because he saw Mater coming. He was like, yes. And I actually have pictures of that.
So our next set of questions is this is actually leading right into it. It's about Disneyland, and I'm going to kind of skip because you've already told about your favorite ride. So what's the best meal you've ever eaten in Disneyland?
In Disneyland, I think we're both gonna have the same.
Well,
one.
We'll just say Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about inside the park, I would have to say the Crystal Palace fried chicken.
It's not. It's called the Plaza Inn.
Plaza Inn. Crystal Palace is in Walt Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Plaza Inn fried chicken would be the best.
Because they have the most moist chicken. Greg loves that word, moist. They have the most moist fried chicken you can ever imagine.
Okay, whatever.
I would say for me, it is at the fancy restaurant. It starts with a C, where they Walt Disney.
The Carthay Circle.
Thank you.
Well, that's at California Adventures.
Yeah, California Adventures. It's
But
in
yeah,
the resort
it's nice.
area.
It's very good.
It's almost like going to the Brown Derby in Hollywood Studios. It's we were in our shirt and shorts, and we felt like we need to go home and change.
I think the Brown Derby is even more expensive than Carthay Circle.
And it's pretty close to it. It was expensive, but it was good. So I would say the Carthay Circle for me.
We did get to eat there the last day that they were doing outside dining at California Adventures before they ended it. And we felt so bad because our waiter was saying, well, we'll see you later, sometime. And they all knew that this was their last day, that they were going to be working for a while.
Aww.
So it was pretty sad. But I'm hoping they all come back.
Yeah. We've ate at the Blue Bayou. I don't remember the Monte Cristo being there.
Oh yeah, the Blue Bayou.
It is
They're
there.
good too.
They do have the New Orleans restaurant, New Orleans something,
Mhm.
and I know you can get the Monte Cristo there. But we've never had a Monte Cristo, and I know we want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say, as a side note, I can't forget the it used to be Ariel's Grotto, but it's the Lamp Lounge with their lobster nachos.
Lamplight Lounge.
Yes, you have to have lobster nachos when you go there. They are the best.
Now, is that in Disneyland or California Adventure?
That's California Adventures.
Yeah.
And they don't give you just a little bit of lobster. They pile the lobster on, and it's real. It's not imitation or anything. So
I'm trying
It's
to
really good.
think. It was the Harbor House in Liberty Square. It's next to the Liberty Tree Tavern. It's the quick service.
Mm-hmm.
World or-
Disney World.
The
Sorry.
Disney World.
The Columbia Harbor House.
Columbia Harbor House, and they used to have, not on their limited menu anymore, but they used to have this lobster mac and cheese that had not only lobster, but it had shrimp, and it was like mixed, and I think there was bits of crab in there too, and it was so much seafood. There was more seafood than there was noodles, and it was
My mouth is
that
watering.
sounds so good.
and it was quick service too.
Bob, let me retract my answer. I forgot about the Blue Bayou. I'll say the Blue Bayou first, then the Plaza Inn. There you go.
That's your favorite.
At Disney World?
I don't think you've ever had like a sit
Yeah, I
down
don't think-
meal
yeah.
at Disneyland.
Yeah. At Disney World, it's really not in the parks. It's at BOMA
You like Boma.
and Animal Kingdom Lodge,
Mm-hmm.
which it was a buffet, but they had the most delicious brunch I've ever had in my life.
I think
I'll
for
try
me,
it sometime.
the best
Boma?
food I've had is at Tokyo Dining in the Japan Pavilion in World Showcase, because I just love fish.
Yeah.
But they know how to do sushi there, and the bento
Mm.
boxes there.
Yeah, we had the
Fish.
bento boxes there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We like Asian food a lot.
He's more the sushi person. I'm okay with like shrimp sushi, but I'm not big on sushi.
We love sushi.
But they also have a teppen edo, which is
We had
like
that.
They cook in front of you.
hibachi.
Yeah.
Can't think of the word.
All right. What's your favorite snack or treat at Disneyland or anywhere, Disneyland or California Adventure?
I'm gonna be just boring with this answer, but I would say the popcorn. There's nothing like Disney popcorn. I love it so much. And I don't know what they do to it, but there's salty, buttery goodness. It's like magic in your mouth. It's very magical popcorn.
They have these things over in the Mexican. This is in Disneyland. It's at the Mexican restaurant there, and they look like potato chips, but they're like a cinnamon crisp.
Mhm.
Those are, oh my gosh, those are to die for.
Oh, the chip things.
Yes.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And-
Yeah, those are good.
And then they have chimichangas there too at Disneyland, and those are usually the two things I look forward to.
Mine is a simple Mickey bar, a little Mickey ice cream ice cream thing. Isn't it
We
called
buy those by the box here.
A lot of people are saying churros in the.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the cool thing
churros.
about Disneyland,
I'm not a big
there's
churro
they
fan,
have
though.
so many different flavored churros that you can get at different
Yeah.
ones, which is really cool. Tonga toast, oh yes, that's good.
That's
I
a
think-
good breakfast.
For me, and this is like totally off the. There's a place in Disney World at Magic Kingdom called Friar's Nook. And again, before pandemic, they had every single type of macaroni and cheese possible. And they had, you ate there, you didn't like it.
You like macaroni and cheese a lot more than
Oh,
I do.
yes. I do. But they had macaroni and cheese with pot roast in it.
Yeah, no.
Oh wow,
That was good.
I've never tried that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not a big churro fan. I mean, they're okay, but I don't see what the big hullabaloo is about churro. But I get the picture that you showed yesterday with the caramel and the chocolate
The
and
fluffer nutter.
yeah, and the peanut butter, I think it was, and chocolate chips. Okay, I would try that.
Dole Whip.
Yeah, you like Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Did you know they make other types of Dole Whip? There's like orange, lime, coconut, raspberry. Did you know? I just found that out.
There's an alcohol one too.
Yeah, they have one at home.
Dilly dilly.
Your favorite meet and greet character?
For me, I would say, well, it's my two favorite characters. I've met them both, Tigger and Stitch. And I had a lot of fun with Stitch on the cruise line. That was really cool. I communicated him in Stitch voice, and he was like flabbergasted. So
I would probably say for me it would be Mickey Mouse, but I would love. I've never had a chance to meet Scrooge McDuck, who's my favorite Disney character.
that would be cool.
If I met Scrooge McDuck, I'd probably cry.
So whenever it's back
And then
up,
Becky with the
you
cane.
need to go to the Very Merry Christmas Party with Mickey. It's like the ticketed event at the Magic Kingdom. Scrooge
We've
McDuck.
done
is
that
there.
once.
He's there. Scrooge McDuck is.
That's cool.
So-
A hunt for him.
Yeah, so I've met him. But he doesn't do autographs. That was the one thing. You could take a picture with him, but you couldn't get his autograph.
Because
That's all I need.
he's just an old duck that doesn't want to be bothered. No.
No, I was just like, "Can I have your autograph?" And he was like, "Money," because he's a stingy Scrooge McDuck.
When you met Jack Skeleton, that was pretty cool.
He was like,
We have a video of that. We have to put it up there.
I was in a pageant,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, do you need us to go kidnap the other girls? Because there's a part in Nightmare Before Christmas where they kidnap the Sandy Claus, so he can go." And he was like, "What you gonna do with your rivals? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do with your rivals? You're gonna go kidnap them?" I'm like, "What the heck? This is not an appropriate conversation to have." But also Jack Sparrow. Whew. Love Jack Sparrow now.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Jack Sparrow?
Yes.
Okay. Let me have my excitement, okay?
If you had to choose your one video from your channel that's your absolute favorite, which one would you choose?
I'll let you go first because I want to see if it's the same. I'm thinking it might be, but
I don't know. That's so tough.
I think my answer is always the same.
That's tough. Because there's so many different ones that mean a lot. The one we went to Rio Palace Peninsula was definitely one of our favorites because it was so many good memories on that trip. Disneyland Paris when we went.
That's what mine is.
That was
Disneyland Paris.
The 25th anniversary. It was my special birthday.
Yeah.
And so I'd probably say when we traveled to, even though I could have filmed it different now because I didn't really know what I was doing, when we traveled to Disneyland Paris, which is probably our third video we released, I'd probably say it was that one.
Yeah, there was just nothing like that video. Even thinking about it now, it just takes me back, and I can still feel the excitement and the experiences and everything. So
because it's a place we always wanted to visit that we never thought we would visit,
Mhm.
and we we did it.
Yeah.
And that was
It-
amazing.
We did it our way. It was ours. That's what I remember is just the things that we did, and being part of a huge 10K run and everything. And
Amazing.
that was like the highlight of that trip for me, was the 10K run. Honestly, I mean, that was just so much fun early in the morning with crowds and everything. So
it was cool.
You went for the 25th anniversary too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm, but not during the 10K
Yeah.
because that was earlier. I think.
You were like March of 2018.
18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I have a sweatshirt that says it.
We probably have time for one more question. So if you always, we always grow with our YouTube channels. We always learn a lot of lessons. And if someone came to you and said, "Hey, Derick and Greggory, I'm thinking about starting a channel. What kind of advice can you give me before I start?" What's some things you might want to tell them?
run for the hills. Run for the hills. No, I'm just playing.
It's all about Derick.
No, it's not. Get over yourself.
I would first say there's a few things. One, do it because you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key. We always said once it was no longer fun for us, we wouldn't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of, where do you want your channel to go? And there's a lot of channels that kind of do different things, but I always look at it, and Greg, we kind of don't always agree with this. I say we are a brand. We're like Nike, just do it. What does D&G Explorers say? Our little slogan is, we are just getting started. Because that's a Walt Disney saying. We are just, no matter what we're doing in the world, we are we're just getting started on our next adventure. So kind of think what you want your channel to be. Think of the brand. Are you doing stuff which doesn't fit in with your brand? But we're growing. We're not growing super fast, and we're happy with that. So if you're putting out a product that you're pleased with, that's all that counts. You might not be getting the views, because I think people will want like instant success and views. As long as you're happy with what you're putting out, that's all that matters. And the views will come, the subscribers will come. Be yourself.
Yeah.
People will come and see you because of you, not because you trying to be what you think they want you to be.
Yeah.
So be yourself, have fun. And
I would say don't compare yourself to other channels or other people, and do what you want to do. Like you said, don't expect to have a huge following in the beginning, because it's going to be slow. It's going to take time, and it's like, think of it like as an avalanche. As it comes down, it's rolling and building up more snow and more, and it gets bigger and bigger. That's kind of what it's like. You have to give it time to grow, and don't get stuck in, we stay away from this, but we don't like any kind of drama or anything like that. So don't get stuck in any drama that might be out there, or the trolls. Don't worry about the trolls. Just do what you want to do. Have fun, and there'll be people out there that will help you. Moderators, they'll help you with pushing those trolls right out, so you don't have to worry about it. And there will be trolls, and you can't let them get to you personally. So,
yep, great advice. I think that when you watch people's vlogs, if you see the joy that they have and what they're doing, it's what makes the vlog a great vlog. It's not always the quality of it or anything like that. And you all just have so much joy and excitement. I love watching you all when you're about to board a cruise ship or something like that, because all of us that love something like cruising, we all get like that, and seeing how y'all portray it and the joy of it is what's so fun about watching y'all.
Thank you.
Even last night watching you about how excited y'all were about Disneyland reopening, I'm like, when they do get to go back to Disneyland, imagine what D&G's vlogs are going to look like, because y'all have so much excitement for it already. So, but we just thank y'all so much. We have been wanting to have you on our show, and we're just so glad that y'all took the time to do that with us. And we're just going to start wrapping up because we never want to go over our time because we have some great channels that follow us. What's wrong, Hannah?
Bring the puppy.
Oh, she wants me to. The puppy's asleep. She wants me to pick up the puppy.
I just want to hold it. Tell everyone.
This is our Chihuahua, and she just woke up. This is Eliza. She's from Alexander Hamilton. She's Eliza, his wife.
When we finally get to go cruising, we're gonna be wailing as we get welcomed onto the ship. So
Yes.
they'll have plenty of Kleenex for everybody, I'm sure.
Oh yes, we will too. And after us is Lovey's Fat Life is not going on live tonight because they're in Universal Studios. We also have I have hair all over me, y'all.
It's okay. Keep going.
Sherry Awesome Sunsets. We have Forever Best Friend, and we have Dewey's Destination, all at 8 p.m. So choose, all of them or choose one. We appreciate you supporting this community. At 9 o'clock, we have Life is Good Today with Thirsty Thursdays, and we have Thin Blue Lane RV Life also at 9. So always continue to support one another. That's what we're all about. And once again, Derick and Greggory, we thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
And as we said before, if you haven't subscribed to their channel, please do so because they are just a treasure in this community. And then we're going to let Hannah close this out for tonight.
She always does this to me, and I'm just kind of like, but thank you guys for taking the time and being with us tonight. And thank you everybody who has stayed and watched this. But we hope everyone stays safe and stays healthy. And don't forget to journey on.
Bye y'all.